Good morning, everyone. Last time we have discussed about the quantum mechanics model, how to find the quantum number, and some of the other property. Now we are going to start a new chapter, that is periodic classification. So when we talk about the classification, we discuss that what is the need of the classification, whether there's any need or without any reason we are doing these of the things. Surely we never do anything without any reason. So surely there must be some reason for the classification, that the periodic classification. So when you will see the periodic classification, or when you will see that why the periodic classification is essential, is important, then we say that the classification makes the process of study easier. अगर आप क्लासिफिकेशन कर देते हैं तो आपकी स्टडी ईजियर हो जाती है. देन क्लासिफिकेशन मेक्स द स्टडी ईजियर. आई एम गिविंग यू अ वेरी सिंपल एग्जाम्पल्स. हम जब क्लास में जाते हैं, देयर आर 40-50 स्टूडेंट्स एंड ऑल द टीचर्स आर कैपेबल टू टीच दीज ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स ईजिली अबाउट देयर सब्जेक्ट. बट यू कंसिडर द सेम नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर, बट 5 स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम क्लास 1, 5 to class 2, 5 class 3, 5 class 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Then in this way there are total 60 students, 5 students from each class. Whether a teacher is capable to teach these of the 60 students? Surely not. It is almost impossible, because small kids will ask about the ABCD or something like that, and the seniors one will ask about the periodic classification. So how we will manage? Why this problem is appearing? Because we are not classifying these of the students. Under general condition we have classified that these of the students are the class 12, these of the students are class 11, and we have to teach this thing. तो हमारा students का classification है. So the classification helps us in making the process easier. Similarly, when you are going to study about the elements, it is easier to study these of the elements after the classification. So we are going to discuss about the classification and its need. When initially the classification was started, or when the classification takes place, the first or few of the important classification we are only discussing, because that is not in your syllabus. The first classification was given by Dobereiner, that is the Dobereiner triads. He says that the elements survive in the group of 3. But when he find that only 3 groups was possible and the number of elements was much higher, so the classification which is not capable to classify all the elements is not the proper classification, and in this way the triads were not the proper way for the classification of the elements. Now after the failure of the triads, the new concept came, and that is the octave law. What is the octave law? We said that the elements survive in group of 7, just like the musical notes, as the musical notes are 7: sa, re, ga, ma, pa, tha and ni. Similarly, the elements are also classified in group of 7. At the time, the inert gases were not discovered, so initially we find that the concept was correct. Even it was not correct, but initially we find that the concept was correct. But after the atomic number 20, when the d block elements started, we find that the elements were not following the law, octave law, and in this way we find that it is difficult to classify all the elements with the help of the octave law. The major problem behind these of the two classification was there is no any proper basis, there is no any proper principle behind the classification of the element by these of the process. After the failure of these of the two different classifications, the next came by the Mendeleev, and that is called the Mendeleev's periodic table. What was the Mendeleev's periodic table? Before Mendeleev's periodic table, Mendeleev gave their periodic law. And what was the periodic law? He says that all the chemical and physical property of any element is periodic function of their atomic masses. I am repeating again. All the chemical and physical property of any element is periodic function of their atomic masses. What does it mean? What does it mean by the periodic function? When we talk about the periodic function, then we say that the periodic function means if you are arranging the elements in increasing atomic masses, atomic mass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, increasing atomic masses, then the elements will repeat their properties periodically. So according to Mendeleev, we should arrange these of the elements according to their atomic masses. But when we talk about the atomic numbers are regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when you will talk about the atomic masses, hydrogen have atomic mass 1, then helium have 4. I am talking about the mass number. Then 1, then 4, then again there is a gap in between these two. Then how will you identify whether there is any element in between these two or not? So he classified not only on the basis of the atomic mass but also on the basis of the chemical properties. What were the chemical properties? The chemical properties were the nature of oxide and nature of hydride. And on the basis of these, he classified the elements in the different groups and periods. Till that date, it was the best classification. He was capable to classify the elements according to their chemical property. He was capable to classify the elements properly in the different groups and periods. But surely there was some problem, as the atomic masses are not the periodic function. That is not the property which determines, that is not the factor which determines the chemical property of any of the element, and there was the problem. The some problems which was in the case of the periodic table of the Mendeleev was the position of hydrogen. Mendeleev says that hydrogen is giving the property of alkali metals as well as the halogens, so that can be placed on the two different positions. But periodic law was saying that it is the periodic, the chemical and physical properties are the periodic function of their atomic masses. So according to the principle, the hydrogen can be placed only on the single position, that cannot be placed on the two different positions. So Mendeleev was not capable to give the proper position of the hydrogen. Sometimes we say that this is the exception, so we can call it the exception, but whenever we say it is the exception, we give the reason why it is exception. Similarly, if hydrogen is exception, we should need to give the explanation. But Mendeleev's law was not capable to give even the explanation for the system, for the hydrogen, and this is the reason why Mendeleev's periodic table is not capable to recognize the real position of the hydrogen. The second one, the Mendeleev was not capable to recognize the real position of the isotopes and isobar. When we talk about the isotopes, these are the atoms of the same element having different atomic mass. So according to periodic law, these are the elements, these are the atoms having the different atomic mass must be placed differently. But when Mendeleev find that the chemical property of isotopes were identical, he placed these of the isotopes on the same position, which was against the periodic law. Similarly, in the case of the isobars, as they have the same atomic masses, they must be placed on the same position. But as they were showing the different chemical property, Mendeleev placed them on different position, and that was another problem. That means in this case, he was not capable to explain the reason why he placed these of the elements, these of the isobars on the different positions. Now the last one, some of the heavier elements came before the lighter one, and Mendeleev was not capable to explain it again on the basis of their periodic law. He said we have placed the elements according to their atomic masses. Even not only limitations were there, some of the merits were also there, some of the good things were also there with the Mendeleev's periodic table. He classified the elements well. He provided the place for those of the elements which were undiscovered till that time, and in this way the Mendeleev was capable enough to classify the element more than any of the scientists in the history. But even though there were some problems with the Mendeleev's periodic table, and this was the reason why the Mendeleev's periodic table were also discarded. After the failures of Mendeleev's periodic table, the new periodic table came in light, and that is the modern periodic table. When you will see the syllabus, whatever I have taught today, that is the triad, octave and Mendeleev's periodic table, that's not in your syllabus. But it is difficult to teach you about the classification if you don't know about the previous topic. So I have just remind you that what are these of the topics. I have not teach you in detail. Now we are coming to the modern periodic table. When we talk about the modern periodic table, then we talk about the modern periodic law. What is the modern periodic law? The modern periodic law says that all the chemical and physical property are the periodic function of their atomic number. In the last one it was said the periodic function of their atomic masses, and this time it is the atomic number. Then what is the difference in between these two? When you will see the atomic mass, what is the atomic mass? When we talk about the mass number, you can say, then that is the number of proton plus neutron. Where are the neutron and protons? They are in the nucleus. And if they are in the nucleus, whether they are capable to determine the chemical properties? Surely not. But when we talk about the atomic number, we talk about the number of electrons. And if we are talking about the number of electrons, if we are talking about the electrons, whether electrons are capable to determine the chemical reaction? Surely it's the electron which determines the chemical reaction, that determines the chemical property, that determines the metallic character, that determines the valency, that determines almost all the property of any element. So this time it was the periodic law, the modern periodic law, which was saying that all the chemical and physical property of any element is periodic function of their atomic numbers. So now we will study about the modern periodic law. In the next video we will discuss about the modern periodic law. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.